And welcome to Business Spotlight. I'm joined today by Matt Machan, and Matt is a financial advisor who works in wealth management. And we're going to explore a little bit about what it is that he does and his journey to what it is that he does now. So, Matt, welcome to the call. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Um,
thank you for having me.
well, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, Matt, you're in wealth management. Is there a particular area of wealth management that you specialize in? Just give us a sense of what it is that you do and the kind of breadth of your clients.
Of course, yeah. Wealth management, financial advisory business. We work with young professionals, families, people going into retirement, estate planning. We cover quite a wide range of areas of advice, which isn't that specific. But yeah, we'd speak to anyone wanting financial advice around anything. I suppose the two main areas that I predominantly focus in are people nearing retirement or going into retirement that are looking to protect and pass their estates down to the younger generation, whether it be family members or whoever it may be, or people late 20s, early 30s, young business owners who are looking to grow over the next 20, 30 years. So they're kind of the two areas I like to specialize in. But again, I would speak to anyone about anything because everyone has the right to financial advice.
Yeah, absolutely. And just out of interest, do you find your clients? Do they find you? Is there a mixture of both involved?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a mixture of both. It's one of those things, you only know what you only know. So a lot of people think that they're being tax efficient themselves until you potentially maybe go and speak to them and help them out. But yeah, a mixture of both, of me going direct to people potentially want to work with, but then through there, if you do good work, then referrals come from those existing clients. Obviously, there's no better recommendation than a referral. So yeah, kind of there two ways I target at the moment.
Yeah, because I can imagine, particularly with the younger people, which you've kind of identified as one of your key areas, that a lot of young people or younger people kind of defer, their interests in financial management because they think it's not something that really matters to them right now. So I was wondering whether there's kind of an educational element to what you do to say, look, actually, if you start young, this is the impact it can have over time, whether it be your pension or investments, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's two areas to it. It's people who are kind of 50, 60, 70 plus,
Yeah.
who've maybe already made their money working and have there's a different approach to speaking to them. That's more face to face networking or getting in front of them to speak. Whereas the younger generation, it's slightly different. It's more social media, social media driven. So it's about giving educational and value through those pieces of content. So when that person needs it there, well, the business and myself are front of mind. So there's two areas to it. But yeah, it is becoming increasingly harder for younger people in this day and age. But
Yeah.
it's just providing value for when they need you.
And do you have a team that work around you and with you, particularly on the social media side of things, or is this?
Yeah, so I outsource a lot of my social media to another young business owner who started about a year and a half ago. Studio 98 Productions. They're very good. We kind of meet up every couple of weeks, do a small bit of content filming, market it, plan it out, and then kind of just let that fall on. So it's a
Yeah,
good dynamic of keeping on top of trends and planning out.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
quarter.
particularly the videos. Yeah, very, very effective. Oh, that's interesting to hear. So tell us, where did your interest in financial wealth management come from? How
Yeah,
did you get to here? What's your story?
of course. My story is very unique, I suppose, in regards to how I got to where I am. So left school at 17, 18, went straight into professional sport and played professional cricket for Sussex and Scotland for just over a decade. Got injured in 2017, 18, was forced to retire. But since then, or when I was playing, should I say, I did all my coaching badges, got interested in kind of property development and real estate, and did a number of kind of internships and looking at the kind of business and the finance side of that. So when sport ended early, I kind of brought my long-term plans forward. So I coached and did some property development and got involved in that for a few years. And COVID for me came at a lovely time. Whilst I enjoyed cricket coaching and the property development and the investment side of things, I didn't love it. My first career being professional cricket, I loved. That was forced early, but I liked these careers. And for me, moving forward over, the next 10, 20, 30 years, I couldn't see myself doing these two things at 50, 60. So kind of COVID happened at a perfect time, requalified to come into kind of financial advisory space. Lots of exams and qualifications, which I don't think many people really understand the process it is to be fully qualified. It is a tough process. And then, set up on my own a couple of years ago now, and just really enjoy it. Absolutely love what I do. Every day is different. I feel like I've got that coaching aspect of helping people map out their future finances. I like being social and meeting new people, but then also I've got the introverted finance business side of things. So it all kind of amalgamates quite nicely together. So a little bit of a different, unique story to get to where I am. I kind of fell into it, I suppose. If I'd still been playing cricket, I'd still be playing now. So
it's interesting. I mean, you say you fell into it, but from the outside looking in, listening to what you've just said, there are two key things that jump out to me. The first is that you've been proactive in your career, and the second is that you've been able to adapt. You've had some unfortunate circumstances and things haven't worked out quite as planned, but you're already on the front foot thinking, well, I can bring things forward and I can do this and I can do that. So that's the adaptability side of things. I need to do some learning, so I'm going to get some qualifications, etc. But you've been proactive. Do you recognize that in yourself, or would you use other words to describe yourself?
I suppose when you speak to different people like this, you kind of maybe look at it differently. I suppose it's always probably been in my nature to be proactive, but I think sport probably from a young age has taught me, well, one, you need to problem solve. Every game's different, all the conditions. So naturally, I've probably got that problem solving aspect in kind of my nature, but then also I'm quite competitive and forward thinking. I grew up playing a lot of different sports and, played elite sport at a competitive level. So I think that front foot nature of problem solving and being competitive and trying to progress my life, in essence, kind of fit quite nicely. But it is nice to reflect, I think, at times and see where you've got to and what you've been through.
Well, I mean, I'm not a professional cricketer and far from it. But one of the things that strikes me there is that, and you kind of just hinted at it, when you do play a game of cricket, every game is different, whether you go on the offence or the defence or what even happens during the course of the game or where you're batting, what's happening to people around you. It's constantly adapting situation. And I can't see that being too different from the kinds of challenges you're faced with when, you haven't got a recipe for each individual that you meet. You don't go out and play the same game of cricket time after time after time. You don't go out and deliver the same solution for wealth management to people. So it seems like a mindset you developed there.
Yeah, I suppose I have. I mean, every client is unique and every client's different. It's like any sports game, conditions are different. And one piece of advice might be different from one person to the other. And again, legislation, tax changes kind of every 6 to 12 months at the moment with new governments. It does pose a challenge, but that's one of the things why you have to be proactive. You have to have that dialogue with your clients. And again, it's that coaching aspect. You're working with them long term, not just for 6 months. You're working with them for 10, 15, 20 years. So, I think my sport background has, without realizing it, made me quite an effective advisor today so far.
So, with not wishing to put words into your mouth, do you find yourself coaching your clients?
I wouldn't say potentially. Yes, at times you do coach your clients, I suppose. I think the art of financial advice is taking a complex subject and making it simple so that someone can understand. I think at times people have come to you because they're uncertain of the financial landscape. And I think sometimes you can dumb it down is the wrong word, but it can be quite complex at times. But I think people want to know a complicated bit of advice, make it simple, understand what it is they're doing and why they're doing it. And for me, keeping it simple is just the best way to go.
I think there's another element to it as well, and that is that when you're selling, and obviously you're selling policies, when you're selling, good selling requires good questions. So you really need to ask good questions of your clients and find out exactly what it is they need rather than what they think they need, because they might think they need this, they might need this type of pension or this type of investment, but actually their thinking is based on a lack of knowledge and understanding of the wider market and what might be available to them. So I guess you're very good at asking questions. Good at
Yeah,
that.
and you improve over time, don't you? The more clients you see, the more people you speak to, the more questions you ask. And I think ultimately it comes down, where's the client now? What does the client want to do? Most people don't know. They just know there's a problem and that I need to solve it now. But again, different problems arise at different times, and client outcomes are number one. But it's just understanding what that client wants, and sometimes the client doesn't even know themselves.
Yeah.
So that's the longer term process of working with someone more closely.
And that's coaching, and that is, asking good questions and digging down to the answers that you come back at you is good coaching and good sales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. So you've obviously had transferable skills and you've adapted. What's your passion for? Where do you want to take the business next? What are your plans for growth?
Yeah, I want to grow. I want to scale quite quickly, but in the right manner. There's never been a better opportunity to be in this space. Average financial advisor in the UK is 58, and there's no new advisors really coming into the industry who are young. So for me, there's a huge opportunity in terms of potentially acquiring other practices to deal with the existing client banks, but then also through that will become natural organic growth, and then the organic growth I'm already doing. So my plan is to grow. I think there's a lack of financial advice and things are getting more complex. So it's then getting a number of advisors into the business over the next 2, 3, 5 years is the plan. And then from there, deciding on the next steps from there. One thing I have learned about sport though is when I play cricket, I mapped my career out for 10, 15 years, and overnight injured, career's done. So whilst I do have an eye on sort of 5, 6 years of where I want the business to be, you can only deal with what's in front of you. So yes, I want to grow quickly, but in the right manner, get people in to grow the clients and give fantastic financial advice, but ultimately have, understand that if that doesn't happen, that's okay, as long as I'm enjoying and pushing myself to grow each day, I suppose.
Yeah. I think that's very sound advice. I mean, you need a plan. You can say you can have a plan. We all need plans. Plans can change, but if we're not working to a plan, we're not going anywhere. Absolutely. We're not growing. We're not developing.
Absolutely. It's all about growth.
It's all about growth. Matt, it's been fascinating talking to you. Thank you for your shares. There's a lot of lessons in there for people. Lots of lessons in there, and it's great. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Thanks, Kevin.